What if your girlfriend gets kidnapped by aliens one night and no one believes you, no matter how much you try to convince them? Would you take matters into your own hands to find the one that you have loved the most? Released on the 12th of July 2024, Lumina follows the story of four friends as they embark on a journey to find their abducted friend who's trapped in a DUMB, also known as a deep underground military base. Will they be able to find Tatiana, or will they get caught up in a conspiracy bigger than all of them? Lumina stars Golden Globe nominees Ken Lawson, Eric Roberts, and Eleanor Williams, and is directed by Gino McKoy, son of the producer Hudson McKoy. On a distant planet, a man in a spacesuit brings his rover to a halt. He climbs out of the rover to obtain some sort of insect from the nearby rock. He puts the insect in a container and leaves. 6 months earlier, Alex, his girlfriend Tatiana, and their friends Patricia and Delilah prepare for a party at Alex's new lavish mansion. When all the guests have left, Patricia and Delilah relax, drinking wine on the couch. Meanwhile, Tatiana decides to go for a swim in the pool. After a short while, strange lights begin to appear in the sky. A strange beam shoots out towards Tatiana, and she disappears into thin air, breaking all the glass nearby and marking the area near her with a ravaging fire. Patricia, Delilah, and Alex are devastated by what just happened and decide to call the police. The police, deeming this is a case of hallucination, leave without filing a proper report. Alex hears a recording in which Delilah wishes Tatiana would just disappear from Alex's life, causing him to become enraged and throw Delilah out of the house. Sometime later, a traumatized Alex with long hair and an unkempt beard sits by the pool and reminisces about his time with his girlfriend. Patricia arrives and gives him some reassurance. That night, Alex suffers from a nightmare and almost chokes a concerned Patricia, who had come to his room to help him upon hearing him scream. He begins having strange visions about aliens having his hands covered in blood and Tatiana begging for him to save her. He enlists the help of his conspiracy theorist friend George, who convinces him that Tatiana was indeed taken by extraterrestrials. Patricia, still unbelieving, calls up Delilah and decides to help Alex look for Tatiana. The four of them then decide to go seek the help from alien expert Thom, a lonely old man who lives in a settlement far from the city. Thom has reverse engineered various pieces of alien technology found across Earth over decades. He reveals that Tatiana was kidnapped by government agencies because she knew too much. All of a sudden, Thom's demeanor changes. He picks up a shovel and strikes George with it, supposedly possessed by alien mind control. The group narrowly escape to head home. Right as they are about to arrive, George notices two Men in Black agents following them in the rearview mirror, but the agents go away without causing any trouble. Alex decides to go to Morocco, where they can ask Tatiana's parents for further clues. The group lands at Ouarzazate, Morocco, and heads straight to Tatiana's father's house. Her parents reveal that Tatiana repeatedly disappeared for hours and even days at a time after her 11th birthday, and show Alex a box full of drawings that Tatiana had made, consisting of spaceships, torture chambers, aliens, and a large room with several men on gurneys. Alex decides to follow a drawing deep into the desert and buys an RV which the group uses to traverse into the heart of the uninhabited Moroccan desert. George suggests that the group should stop at the nearby lake to unwind. Alex stops the RV and George takes off unexpectedly, prompting Alex to run after him and chase. They arrive at the lake hidden behind some rocks and decide to spend some time there while also planning their next move. They are joined by a strange couple who identify themselves as Sonny and Cher. Cher announces that she knows what the group is looking for and knows how to get there. She holds Alex's face and somehow telepathically gives him the location of the DUMB, the Deep Underground Military Base. That is before Alex is pulled back by Delilah and leaves. They spend another day driving through the desert. The following night, the RV inadvertently comes to a stop when a UFO attacks the group. Shocked, Alex tries to reverse and escape, but is pushed off the road by the small UFO, and the RV flips over and starts leaking petrol. Alex and the others, now severely wounded, narrowly escape before the van explodes into a raging flame. They see Sonny and Cher once again on top of a nearby mountain, who shout for help before being abducted by the same light that abducted Tatiana. The group runs without goal towards a desert settlement with some mud houses with a strange light emanating from them. The UFO returns and shoots lasers at them, forcing them inside a house. Alex recognizes the elevator inside the gateway to the DUMB. They arrive at a huge underground compound with various walkways and rooms. Delilah sees a humanoid figure behind a door and is terrified until the figure disappears. The group is then chased by two soldiers until they arrive into some sort of alien hatchery, which has tanks with extraterrestrial beings in them. Right across the hallway, Alex notices a gurney with two soldiers preparing to perform tests on the patient, revealed to be Tatiana. Delilah insists she is dead, but Alex and George incapacitate the soldiers and rescue Tatiana. An alien arrives and nicks George, but he is quickly dealt with. Alex, George, and the others fight their way to the teleportation room, but Delilah falls through a crack in the ground and gets killed. They don the spacesuits and get teleported to another planet. Alex notices a building which contains a similar teleportation room as the one in the DUMB. Inside, the alien arrives with Delilah's severed head and spine. The group fends off more aliens until George and Patricia are killed, and Alex and Tatiana make their escape in space rovers only to be overrun and surrounded by aliens. Suddenly, Alex and Tatiana vaporize into golden dust and remember their first kiss. The only thing that Lumina had as close to a moral lesson was having the will to push through everything to get your loved ones back. It reflects on the importance of showing determination and resilience, and that no matter what happens, one should never lose hope. The movie is very hard to watch till the very end without losing interest for a plethora of reasons. First off, all of the budget was way too low for a sci-fi film, meaning that no one in the cast was a seasoned actor. This impacted the performance part very much. Dialogue felt forced and not natural in any setting or scene. The script looked like it had been written by a child trying to produce a movie. Lumina wanted to be this great, larger-than-life science fiction thriller, but full points for trying though. It fell headfirst on the top of the worst movies we have ever seen. Although the biggest complaint with this movie is not the poor acting, but the lack of a plot. The movie was very incoherent, and at times characters did such absurd things without explanations that the viewers were left bamboozled. Lumina's pacing was also very peculiar, to say the least, as Alex didn't figure out that he had to save his girlfriend up until the end of the first hour of runtime. For a movie centered around aliens had a combined screen time of almost 2 minutes, and the rest, 1 hour and 40 minutes, were filled with grunts from George and Alex staring aimlessly at everyone. Owing to the limited budget of Lumina, the VFX were not how they should have been. The aliens looked like they had come out of a PS2 game, and some sort of footage was reused from films like Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Alien 2. Also, the overly orange hue added to the desert made the scenes hard to watch. The soundtrack of the movie was probably the most bearable part about it, as it brought a sense of ease to the screen and really elevated all of the scenes which would have become comedically bad if for the absence of the soundtrack. Lumina received generally negative reviews from audiences and critics alike, with Variety.com claiming that we're close encounters of the third kind, however gratefully, Lumina crash lands. Its ambitions are lofty, but they're also undermined at nearly every turn by chintzy visual effects that prove more distracting than immersive, and uniformly wooden performances. Review site Rotten Tomatoes gave the film a rating of 25%, and Metacritic deeming Lumina overwhelmingly disliked. At the end of the day, if you're in the mood for watching alien abduction movies, there are far better options than Lumina, which provide comedy as well as thrill, all of which this movie fails to do. And that's it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. to watch the latest and exclusive movie reviews. If you have any requests, thoughts, or recommendations for movie reviews, just drop them below in the comment section, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.